Hola,
Yo, we
we
back again.
here. Yes, episode 67, weekly recap. It was Memorial Day last weekend,
It
so
was. How was your Memorial Day?
it was good. It was really a chill day. Kind of just stayed home and just relaxed.
Okay.
You feel me? Because we need the rest.
No, that's a fact.
And for you,
It was good. I went back to New York. Um, saw some family, saw some friends, had a good time. It went fast though. So, but it was good.
facts. So we are back. Obviously, I know every Sunday we try to get here and get the information to the people, give the people what they want. Um, my name is Brittany. This is Shantae. We host these weekly recaps because we really like to just kind of inform our community about what's going on in the realms of business, NIL. Obviously, sports, women's sports is on a crescendo right now. So, we've been heavily invested into women's sports, being former collegiate and professional athletes ourselves. So, we're happy to see the momentum and the shift that is currently occurring right now. So, we're here to kind of get into some news from the week and yeah, I think we're gonna hop into some WNBA talk first. So, Shantae, let's get into it.
Yeah. So, I guess we can recap the games this week. It's been a lot of games. I know personally I missed a few. Just because of scheduling, but
Mhm.
it's been a lot of good games and it's been super spicy. Listen,
Facts.
these games have been super spicy, and I'm loving the spice. I'm not gonna lie. On Tuesday we had the Connecticut Sun beat the Mercury 70-47. And then we had the Sparks beating the Fever 88-82, and I think that was Rakia's first start. I know a lot of people on social media was really like supporting Rakia's start because she was really the spark coming off the bench since the beginning of the season, and so a lot of people was rooting for her, and she definitely delivered in her first start. And then we had the Storm beating the Chicago Sky 77-68 to round out Tuesday's games. On
Okay.
Wednesday, we had the Liberty beating the Mercury 81-78. But I wanted you to talk to the people a little bit about that because you attended that game.
Yes, this was my first WNBA game of the season, and it was litty. Okay, we had basically a Rutgers women's basketball Liberty takeover. Okay, so if y'all do not know, um, Kalia Copper and Benijah Laney are both former Rutgers University players, so we kind of went to the game to support our alum, and it was really nice because I got a surprise. Coach Stringer came out and was there getting like just getting loved on. Everybody was surprised and shocked to see her at the game. CVS, she pops out not often. So when you do get a chance to see her, it's like a glorious moment. So the Liberty wound up winning that game. I think the play that sealed the game was Benijah driving on the left hand side, driving into the lane, and then dipping the ball off to Brianna Stewart and her getting that big timely bucket. So shout out to Naj Laney getting that timely assist right there because that kind of sealed the deal for us. Kayla Thornton's been playing amazing. Um, she's like an army Swiss knife, to be quite honest. She can come in, knock down the three. She plays defense. She's always high in energy. So we're just happy to get to see them get the dub. Phoenix Mercury's tough too. Natasha Cloud was talking big talk. I know that's your girl, Shantae, but she be talking big talk and be backing it up though. So I love the toughness. It was great to see Kalia playing. She didn't have the 40 ball night she had the previous two games, but she did what she needed to do. It was a close game. And I also got to meet the Cheney State legends. They came out to the game. Shout out to Deborah Walker and Yolanda Laney. If y'all did not know, Dawn Staley was rocking the Cheney State jersey a couple of seasons ago with the number 44. That's Yolanda Laney. That's her jersey. So I got a chance to kick it with the Cheney State ladies. And that was phenomenal. Then after that, we kind of kicked it in the lounge with Coach Stringer, and everybody just kind of came in the back and was just like, Coach Stringer, you got to come to more games. Like everybody was excited. Brianna Stewart came back. She was hella excited. Coach Stringer was in the back, like hella excited. I've never like it was ridiculous to see the inner kids come out of everybody when Coach Stringer was sitting there. Sandy Brondello came over. Everybody that came into the room was really praising Coach Stringer, and I love to see it because she gave 50 years to the game. Okay, 50 years is a long time. Okay, and she did it the right way. Okay, three different programs, four times to the Final Four. Okay, and if y'all didn't know, she coached at Iowa for 12 years, y'all.
I don't think a lot of people know that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Coach Stringer had players at Iowa. First and foremost, the assistant coach at South Carolina, Jolette Law, is in the Iowa Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Okay? She played with Coach Stringer. Okay? Michelle Ice Edwards, certified killer. Okay? She was my coach at Rutgers. Okay? Certified killer. Okay? I used to be like, yo, why does Coach eat ice? They were like, yeah, I don't know. You don't know that's her nickname? Okay. That's all I need to know. All right. But it was a great night. I am so glad I got a chance to enjoy it. And it's like when you're at a Liberty game, you run into everybody. You run into everybody. Shout out to my guy Moselle Watson, Harlem Wine God. Seen him at the game. Um, Jasmine Jones. Shout out to JJ. I didn't get a chance
Shout
to
out to
see
JJ.
JJ. I didn't get a chance to see JJ in the flesh, but she was in there. She called me. She called me and was like, I'm over here. All right.
It'd be
But
one big reunion every
it sure
time.
does. It
Every
sure
time.
does
Hmm.
all the time. So I had a blast on Wednesday. Okay.
Nice. Very nice. So yeah, that is how what ended up with the Liberty and the Mercury. And then on Wednesday we had the Atlanta Dream beating the Mystics 73-67. And then the Las Vegas Aces beat the Lynx. I mean, Asia Wilson's been killing.
Right.
Like she's the season just started and she's not playing around. She had 29 points, 15 rebounds. Jackie Young had 19 points and 10 assists that game.
Woo.
Yeah. Um Thursday, we had the Storm beating the Fever 103-88. Jewel Lloyd, as usual, as per usual, she had 22.6 assists. Naneka had 17.6 rebounds and 6 assists. And Skylar Diggins had 18 points, 9 assists. The trio is crazy. Um, the Chicago Sky beat the Sparks 83-73. Hamby, she had 24 points, 13 rebounds. She's been killing. Stellar start to the season from
Right.
Hamby. Kia Nurse had 17 points. Rakia Jackson, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Marita Mabry had 20.7 assists. Um, Also wanted to highlight that this week we saw the women of the Sparks have an appearance on the Jennifer Hudson show.
Yeah, that was fire.
This is, I mean, we talk about the business of sports, but like they're 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 appearing everywhere. I mean, all of the networks, all of the, major companies now want to have these women, come on and tell their stories and just have conversations. So I thought that was really dope to highlight and just to see. Um, they were on the Jennifer Hudson show.
No, that was fire. I seen the clip of Jennifer Hudson asking them how tall they were. And Lexi Brown was like, I'm only 5'9", okay?
Right.
And Jennifer Hudson was like,
Me
girl.
too. Girl, me too. I was like, yo.
I love that.
Right.
It's time. These ladies are stars, man. They are stars. They are marketable. They are personable. They got everything that you need. So it's time to start seeing them
Mm-hmm.
being serenaded and just being praised and being and everybody loving it. Like I love seeing them on these daytime shows. Like, come on. It would be fire if we see one of them get into a soap opera.
Yo, nah. Let me tell you something.
Yo,
That'd be crazy. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're popping out everywhere now. So yeah, it was just dope to see. I don't know if I would have ever thought we'd see, women's basketball players on the Jennifer Hudson show. But yeah, it just shows that the game is growing. Their presence is growing, and we love to see it. So
facts, facts.
shouts to the Sparks. And then Friday we had the Atlanta Dream beat the Aces 74-78. It was a good game. It got really spicy with Jackie Young and Ariel Powers, man.
I'm really like that.
I'm really like that. Yo, I was like, wait, hold up. I literally remember calling you and I
Hmm.
was like, yo, Brittany, it's getting super spicy with Jackie Young. What's going on?
Facts, facts. Every no, I feel like this isn't a recurring theme. Jackie Young's they've been trying to get into her face, bro. Like, what?
Jackie
Why?
look
Why?
Jackie Young looked like listen, she looked like she been lifting off season. Like she
Yeah,
looked hella strong.
that's a fact. She looked like she been training taekwondo, like karate, like she been flipping people on mats.
She mad
Okay,
strong.
mad strong. I don't think you want no smoke with Jackie Young. Right?
Yo.
Nah.
But that was crazy to see. So yeah, it got spicy that game. Asia Wilson ended with 28 points, 9 rebounds. Kelsey Plum ended with 19.6 assists. Jackie Young,
Hold on.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Can I say something?
Of course.
We starting to give out nasty awards again. I'm giving a nasty award to Kelsey Plum's ex-husband.
Oh, I didn't know where you was going with that.
That
I'm like, who? I
video,
didn't. Somebody told me about it. Somebody told me about it,
bad
but
business. I'm sorry. Continue. That
damn,
I just had to. I had to.
handing out nasty awards.
I had
I
to.
can't. Well, yeah, Jackie Young had 15.6 rebounds, 5 assists. Alicia Gray had 24 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and then Ryan Howard had 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Still on Friday, we had the Connecticut Sun beat the Wings 72-74. Your girl Maddie Seagrass, she ended with 17 points. Enrique had 21 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Brianna Jones had 22 points, 4 rebounds, and Alyssa Thomas had 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 14 assists.
Can I say Maddie Seagrass? Her sophomore year, she been doing pretty well, like coming out the gate. Okay, she's instant energy. Okay,
Very
and
similar to how she was in college. And like I think you did a really good job, throughout her career in college, really highlighting like the steady progression she had every
yes,
year. And I think that
yes.
that's what she's mirroring in the league. And so
Ooh, you hit the nail on the
I'm
head,
just
girl.
saying, I'm seeing it and I'm like, okay, girl, like I see the progression.
Absolutely. She has found her rhythm. Uh, and this is what we talk about when we talk about adjusting to the next level. Last year, she looked like she was trying to figure it out, right? And that's what that comes with being a rookie. You transitioning. This is new to you. You got to adjust to the physicality. You got to adjust to the pace, to the speed. Everything is new to you, right? I don't think people who have not played basketball, y'all don't understand. It's an adjustment. It don't matter what level you move up to. Everything is an adjustment. Okay. And the way we seeing Maddie Seagrass play for the Dallas Wings, phenomenal. the ceiling for her to continue to improve and get better, out this world. Okay, I love it, love it.
Same. Shouts to Maddie Seagrass. And then rounding out, no, I lied. We had the Liberty versus the Mystics, and the Liberty beat the Mystics 90-79. That was a close game. Sabrina had 21. I mean, excuse me, 24 points. Like you mentioned earlier, Kayla Thornton, she had 20 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Brianna Stewart had 18 points, 15 rebounds, and
Yeah,
Jonquel Jones had 16 points, 10 rebounds.
it gotta be a total team effort, man.
No, I do.
That's the only way, and we really gotta be a team that gets on the boards, yo. Like we have to attack the boards. Everybody has to put a butt to the gut and box out. Like
Mhm.
it has to be emphasized because I think
Right.
last year we got beat on the boards
For sure.
in the finals. So like keep doing what y'all doing. We need everybody to gang rebound. This is
Mhm.
called gang rebounding because John Quell and Stewie can't do it by themselves. Okay.
That's a fact. And then we had the Minnesota Lynx beating the Mercury 95-71, but wanted to give a shout out to Alyssa Peely, who had 20 points that game. And then your girl, Kalia Copper, she had 29 points. I mean, excuse me, 21 points. It's just great to see Alyssa out there. Just, I don't know. I be feeling like a big sister.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't even know these, I don't know these young women, but it's just dope to see how they're transitioning into the league, and for Alyssa to be balling like that, it was just it made me happy to see that. So shouts to Alyssa.
Yeah. I mean, another rookie, right? Transitioning, and she finds her pockets when she get her minutes. We know she played.
Yeah, it's not forced. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like you
right.
said, she finds her pockets, um,
All the time.
all the
So,
time.
and you
So
know what? Shout out to Cheryl Reeve because, like, the Minnesota, obviously, they had that dynasty, right, for a long time. Maya Moore and, Sylvia Files and everybody, right? Simone Augustus's, like, and they've been on the kind of like downslide, right? They've had a few tough years, but Cheryl Reeve, she stay consistent and she finds she's like to me like how the Miami Heat be finding diamonds in the rough all the time. Cheryl Reeves and the Minnesota Lynx do the same thing. They always find those steals. Like Courtney Williams, killer. She's a killer. She's a killer. That backcourt there, killers. Killers. Kayla McBride, killer. Killer. Okay? And the fact that Kayla McBride and Big Fee been playing overseas together, that's scary. And they play on the same team now. Like the chemistry, I gotta understand
yeah, I was about to
chemistry.
say the chemistry is important.
Chemistry is very, very big in basketball. Like you find chemistry and camaraderie. Like right now, we see the Indiana Fever playing. There's no camaraderie. We don't see the chemistry yet because they still have to develop as a team. But Minnesota, they've been playing for a while together, a little bit. Like obviously, they had some moves. Rachel Banham left, went to Connecticut, blah blah blah. But yo, when they find like they be putting on shooting clinics. Alana Smith, like I don't know. I love Cheryl Reeves teams, okay? And Alyssa Paley, she fit right in.
She do. You hit it right on the head. Um, so that rounds out all the games from Friday. Yesterday we only had one game, um, and it was a spicy game. It was the Fever and the Sky. The Fever beat the Sky by 171-70. It was a sloppy game. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a sloppy game.
Right.
Um, and, all the marketing around the game was Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. We saw all the rollouts possible everywhere. You know, um, Now, at the beginning of the game, when I saw Caitlin Clark having to guard Kennedy.
Right.
I text you.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I
you did.
said, I text you and was like, oh, like okay, let's see how this goes. And it got spicy. Like
Yeah.
Kennedy Carter's spicy.
I mean, so the people who've seen her before, and we know that, but maybe the new fans didn't know.
Didn't know. Like she give it up. Like she be
Yeah.
hooping and she's gonna talk to you.
This is her second stint in the WNBA, y'all. Like,
Correct.
and me and Shantae covered an article talking about her getting the opportunity to come to the league again. So this is her second chance. I don't think she really is going to jeopardize that. But she's a spicy and passionate player, okay? If you didn't know that. So she's gonna talk trash. She's gonna try to get under your skin. She gonna do, but I mean, that comes with basketball, right? Like that's just what it is. You going up against a dog, you better be ready.
I mean, yeah, and that's essentially what happened yesterday. So, I mean, like I said, it was a sloppy game. We saw Kennedy Carter,
Hmm.
give Caitlin a
A
little
little
push,
shove,
a
a
little
little shove.
shove. I was like, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And she was, I mean, but there was obviously plays before that where
Hmm.
Caitlyn
They
caught her
going
a little
back and
bit with that.
forth.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's basketball. Like it's basketball, and so that's what was happening. And Kennedy had enough and was like, "F that, I'm gonna,
Right.
I'm gonna give you a little jab." Now the officials call it a common foul. I personally was shocked. I was like, "Oh, like I don't know what's about to happen here," but they called it a common foul. I was, I was surprised. But the game kept going, and I mean that is what makes basketball entertaining.
Right.
Like it's basketball. It's
Right.
basketball.
It's sport. If we don't show emotion, then what is sport?
I don't
Like,
know, cause growing up we did.
right.
we did. We did. So it's like it's basketball. It's entertaining. They're very passionate. They're competitive. Post game, Kennedy was like, "I'm not answering any questions about Caitlin Clark." We went on
Right.
to see her like on Twitter, like responding to responding to some comments and tweets. It was funny to see, but like to me, it's just basketball. It's basketball. Um,
Nah, that's a fact. And also, I just want to say this. Yo, it's basketball, so it's war. It's war. Okay? My teammate pushed me down. I'm coming to back my teammate up.
that's what I'm saying. Like I saw. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Ain't nowhere and never have I never been backed up by my teammate on the teams that I've played. Okay? When we play, look, y'all, I'm looking into the camera. When we played growing up, Shantae, it was Shantae, Shanae, and Alicia.
Shouts to
Okay?
Shanae and Alicia. But
Come
yeah, we didn't
on.
play that. So
Come on.
like the whole we
They
didn't play
bumping
that.
you into the bumping. Bump
We
that.
we're not playing that. So
Come
I
on.
can understand the enforcer comment because
Right.
initially like immediately I was like, yo, they better call Shanae.
Right.
Like they better call that was Shanae. I mean, y'all don't know Shanae, but growing up, that was Shanae's nickname. Shanae's nickname was the enforcer because it's like we're not doing that.
Don't
Like
play.
we're not playing that. So you're not about to push my teammate. You push my teammate, it's on. Now, granted, like, like but it's basketball. And so yeah, Caitlin, this week she was talking about yo, I'm getting hammered. Dog.
You just gonna have to get your weight up, Kate. That's what this is. Y'all remember when Jordan was getting he was getting mashed up by the bad boys, Detroit Pistons. Remember? They was
Yes.
throwing him on the floor. Okay, throwing him. And what he do? He ain't cry. He went in the offseason, got stronger, right? Get strong. You gotta get your weight up.
And I respect her because she's looking for. Here's the thing, Caitlyn not backing down though.
Facts.
Like we saw her catch a couple of T's already this season. Like,
right.
I mean, one of the things I always say is don't let nobody little bow out you. Don't let nobody. I mean, we heard your brother. We interviewed Brittany's brother. He talked about his welcome to the league moment. You know, everybody has those, and it's like you got to stand your ground. Like
That's
I
a
breathe
fact.
the same air you breathe. I have the same 24 like you. I'm
Facts.
not about to allow you to sit here and walk all over me. And that's kind of the energy we're getting from Caitlin Clark, and I respect that.
Facts.
She's still adjusting to the league. She already knew when she came in here, everybody was going to gun for her. She's not stupid. She knew that. So, I mean, I think she's adjusting as best as she can. I think she's going to continue to do a good job in adjusting. But people are gonna try to come at you every night. They're gonna give you a hard
Facts.
time. It's gonna be super physical
Facts.
every night. And then on top of that, because it's only 12 teams, you've seen everybody a million times. So all they're gonna do is keep adjusting. They're gonna adjust. So like, and she's going to adjust. She's gonna adjust.
Facts. Facts.
So
I
yeah,
mean, the people are talking about physicality. Y'all ain't never watched the game overseas.
talk to them about that.
y'all have no clue. Caitlin Clark right now is what an American is overseas. Okay? They gunning for you every game just because you're an American. They don't care. And the refs is on their side. I'm sorry. the entire stadium will hear that slap. They not calling it. They Stevie Wonder. Okay? They turn cheek. But that's what I'm saying. Like this is a physical game. It's gonna happen. Caitlin, she's gonna understand. She got to get stronger, and that's just what it is. And she will get stronger. But we already see her finding her rhythm. Like she looks good. She looks better every game. Okay. Yes, she's
Yeah.
gonna turn over the ball. She's the primary ball handler. She has the ball in her hand most of the time. But let me tell you, old girl is diming.
That she is. I mean, finding her teammates. I mean, again, just mirroring what she was doing while she was at Iowa. Just the it's translating over,
Right.
and that's what we're seeing. So yeah, she's definitely dominant.
Okay. Like pick and roll action. That's what y'all need to do. Pick and roll Nalissa Smith. Pick and roll Aaliyah Boston. Keep it going. Keep it going because that's what's working. Yes, she got to get better with her shot selection because she putting it up there. But we know she can hit logo threes. But she's getting better. She's finding her rhythm every game. So I don't see nothing wrong. She's just progressing as a rookie. Okay.
And that's that on that. Um, and then today we had the Connecticut Sun beating the Dream 69-80. I'm gonna let Brittany talk about Atlanta for a little bit so you can get it off.
Yeah. The Atlanta Dream are interesting to me. First and foremost, y'all are digging Tina Charles into the ground right now. Like she just came back and it looks like she hasn't missed a beat. Okay? TC ain't miss a beat. Atlanta goes long periods without scoring, and I don't understand why. Like you have one of the most dynamic scorers on your team in Ryan Howard. Like I think they need to switch up some continuity. They got to switch up the offense or something. I don't know what's going on. Free Leticia Ahmed. Please free her. Free her. She came into the game today, but She barely gets any minutes. The girl is 6'3". She's a product of South Carolina. She can help y'all. Haley Jones, she gotta find her confidence because I need her scoring more. Okay? Alicia Gray, she gotta be more aggressive. That girl can score, yo. She can flat out score. What's the problem? Tanisha Wright, we gotta figure it out. Like, I understand you have been improving every year, but this is probably her most like talented team, like offensive wise, and it don't look like they scoring at all. Like the Connecticut Sun went on a 20-4 run today. The defense, not y'all got to get that together too. Very slow on rotations. It looks like I don't know. I asked Shantae earlier, do they have practice? Because it just looks like they need practice. And for some reason, to me, it looks like it. Tanisha Wright be taking too long to call a timeout and make adjustments. Like the stuff, like that 20-4 run, she could have. She at 10-4, we could. Take a timeout, girl. Don't let them put the pedal to the metal. So like today, yeah, Connecticut beat the dream. And it was the dream. They have all the pieces that they need. It just comes down to chemistry for real.
Absolutely, I agree.
And coaching. They got to figure it out.
You hit it on the head. So yeah, that rounds out this week in WNBA basketball news. I think we can switch gears to one of Brittany's favorite sports, golf.
Oh yeah, golf. Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna talk about golf a little bit because I mean, the amount of viewership and numbers that women's sports is doing right now is unheard of. It's not just in the women's basketball arena, but it's all around. I think it's important to highlight that, you know, obviously just to prove this, the WNBA opening night between the Indiana Fever and Connecticut Sun, there was 2.97 million viewers, which is crazy. Then we had a soccer game between Barcelona and Lyon, and there was 50,212 viewers, and that set the new attendance record. So I still like to say the numbers are up everywhere for women's sports, and for the U.S. Open, which I did not even know that for golf it was even referred to as the Open. I just initially thought it was for tennis, but apparently the money that these women were making in golf was super low.
Mm-hmm.
And last weekend, I guess the purse, which is like the amount that the winner gets at the end of the Open, was up. It was $12 million.
Yes, I believe it's up $1 million from last year.
Yes,
which was the highest at the time. So this is the highest ever.
$12 million. First of all, is unheard of in a lot of women's sports. So for them to be able to bring home $12 million is crazy. I know that the men, I mean, they're still behind the men. The men were making, the purse for the men were $20 million back in 2023. So we still have a long way to go. But I love to see the strides, and I think it's important to highlight that. Anything you want to add on to that, Brittany, since this is your bag? This was really your bag.
Yeah, I really, moving forward, I would like to see some diversification in golf. Right now, it's so funny. Like my husband was like, You don't know about women's golf. You don't know about women's golf. And I told him the only thing I really know about women's golf is that the Asians are dominating women's golf. And as soon as he turned on the channel to the golf channel to watch, who popped up on this? And we see Lee. Lee is teeing off. I said, see, there it is right there. Like, you know, but Japan leading Japan. We got to catch Japan. Okay.
Yeah,
United States, we got a few that doing good, but yeah, I would love to see.
more black and brown people
There you
in
go.
golf. But
There
shouts to
you
Eastside
go.
Golf because yeah, I do know that Eastside Golf.
Right.
I know that. I think they have some initiatives that they already have and probably are still working on and really pushing golf education in the black
Facts.
and brown community early on. I think they have some collaborations with some universities
Mm-hmm.
with their golf teams,
Yes.
specifically HBCUs that have golf teams. So I need to pay more attention to that. Just to see, yeah, just to see what's going on. But yeah, I don't know of any like. Obviously, we had Tiger Woods, but Tiger Woods was, I can't even get into Tiger Woods because we don't. Anyway,
Yeah. Right.
we need more black and brown.
Just keep it going.
Yo, we need some black and brown representation in golf. But yeah, the purse is up. Purse is 12 mil. Let me read what it was before. Um, It says the prize money for the women's golf championship has skyrocketed in recent years. In 2022, Pro Media became the first partner helping the U.S. women's purse nearly double from 5.5 million the year before to 10 million.
Mm.
Um, so it's been steady growth. So before that, the U.S. Open's women's purse saw an increase of 1.5 million from 2014 to 2021. That was it. So from 2014 to 2021, there was only a 1.5 million dollar increase. From 2008 to 2013, the prize money was stuck at 3.2 million each year. So it's
So,
growth.
so they went from a
Mad
few
years.
years. That's crazy.
Yeah. So to see it at 12, again, steady increasing. They're getting
Hmm.
more investors and more people to put their money where their mouth is, I guess. But it would be dope to see more black and brown representation in that in there. So just wanted to highlight that.
Okay.
um so yeah, Brittany, do you want to talk a little bit about Wilson and
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there has been a trend of these in-season tournaments going on in these professional leagues. Obviously, we know the NBA just hosted their first in-season tournament this past year for the NBA season. The Lakers were the inaugural in-season tournament champions. But the WNBA also hosts their own in-season tournament called the Commissioner's Cup. And the WNBA and Wilson have collaborated to present an official Commissioner Cups ball, which is pretty fire. So if you see the black, white, and rose gold ball being played by these women, that indicates that it is a Commissioner's Cup game. Okay. This is very fire because like I've always mentioned on the show, Wilson was one of my favorite balls to shoot with. Being a former student and professional athlete, like I preferred the feel of a Wilson ball over anything else. Would love to see what the consensus is on that from other shooters as well, but Wilson has overtaken Spalding as the official ball for the NBA and WNBA. So On Friday, the WNBA and Wilson revealed the official game ball of the fourth annual WNBA Commissioner's Cup. The first game of the in-season tournament was yesterday. Obviously, we just covered the Chicago Sky were defeated by the Indiana Fever. The ball uses Wilson's Evo Next construction, which is standard to other WNBA game balls, but it has a new look. Like I said, that black, white, and rose gold look. There are 8 alternating black and white panels and stylized graphics, including WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's signature and an image of the Cup's championship trophy. I think that's pretty fire. Introducing, this is a quote, introducing a new ball for the Commissioner's Cup presented by Coinbase is a step forward in making our in-season tournament a distinct and recognizable WNBA tentpole, says Bethany Donovan, the head of WNBA League Operations, said in their press release. The fire, orange, and white WNBA ball remains iconic, but this new black, white, and rose gold color scheme makes it instantly clear to fans that they are watching a Commissioner's Cup game. So that's all great marketing, for sure, for sure. Obviously, you can also see the beautiful Coinbase brand and logo on the court as well. And just some back information for those who may be new here. The Cup began in 2021 as an in-season competition during the first half of the WNBA season. Obviously, this year's fourth edition of the Cup will look slightly different, as all 12 WNBA teams will play 5 games, one against each of the other teams in their conference that count as Cup games. Okay, so last year they kind of dragged this along. It was a longer span of time. And everybody was like, oh my goodness, this is too long. Too long. So way to go, WNBA. Y'all know how to take constructive criticism and come back and put it to us, okay? So I like that. This is much shorter, Shantae. Last year they was dragging this out. Like for real, for real. Woo, Lord. Moving along, I'm sorry, y'all. The Cup's championship game will feature the 2 teams from each conference, East and West, with the best record in Cup games. The championship will be played on Tuesday, June 25th at the home arena of the team with the best overall record in Cup games, with a $500,000 prize pool up for grabs. In addition to the prize pool, Coinbase will contribute $120,000 in cryptocurrency, which includes $5,000 for each player in the championship game. That's fire. So you're gonna get some crypto too if you make it to the chip.
That's
Okay.
great.
Coinbase
Education.
Coinbase gonna break you off with some crypto. I wonder if they're gonna give you Bitcoin or Ethereum.
I would hope Bitcoin.
I would hope. I don't mind taking both.
Yeah, I'm about to say either one. Honestly, is fine. But
Give me both.
right.
Okay.
Right.
Last year, Commissioner's Cup winners were the New York Liberty. Jonquel Jones was the MVP of the Commissioner's Cup. And at that moment when they won, I was like, I'd rather them win the chip than the
Yeah,
Commissioner's
the
Cup.
Commissioner's Cup.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
But, it didn't go our way. Okay. We wound up losing the finals. But we're the defending Commissioner Cup champs. Okay. New York Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just wanted to tell y'all about that.
Right. Well, thank you, Brittany. Moving on, Unrivaled. I mean, we talked about this earlier this week. Shouts to our people at the 9450. We released a podcast episode this past week talking a little bit about the Unrivaled announcement. I know Brittany was, on Twitter like, where is it at? What's happening? And yeah, if y'all don't know, Unrivaled is a 3-on-3 women's professional basketball league. It was co-founded by Brianna Stewart and Afisha Collier. And they're going to be launching this in January, and it's going to be paying these women the highest average salary in women's team sports history. I think everyone is going to be able to get up to $100,000. All 30 women will have equity in this league, which is important to highlight because
Unprecedented.
yeah, like I mean, we already talked about the CBA and just how we're waiting to see if revenue sharing is going to be triggered this year just because of how much money is being poured into the WNBA right now between endorsements and brand deals and ticket sales and all of the things. Um, but for this league to just begin and, these women understanding and these investors understanding how important it is for these women to have equity, in this league
Right.
means that we in a whole other era of just we've come a long way. I mean, we've come a long way when it comes to like doing business as athletes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk about this later with AM1, but like we've come a long way. And so we've seen a lot of athletes, not just basketball players, but like athletes in general with the 30 for 30s. They had their bread,
Right.
went broke,
Right.
or like they had it and just it didn't follow through. No
Right.
shade to Sebastian Telfair, all the other, just all of the other, athletes that we've seen, like they had it
Right.
and it just didn't follow through. And I think that it's important to highlight the mindset shift
Mm-hmm.
um, when it comes to being an athlete, us
Facts.
becoming more business savvy.
Mm-hmm.
um us not necessarily asking for like the money up front. We're thinking long term now. It's more so like, what about some royalties? What about some equity?
Right.
How can I make real money off of this in the future? And I love to see that that was at least part of the conversation when it came to Unrivaled. Like that was really dope to see, and I don't know if people really understand how revolutionary this really is.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They
we
doing a
have
lot of unprecedented things over there. First and foremost, they get the highest average salary. Like, let's talk about that. Like, where they starting at? 100,000.
a
You
hundred
said
thousand. Yep.
100,000. Like the base salary for a rookie in the WNBA is 70+ thousand dollars, y'all. Like that's, you know, how they coming in off the jump. So for them to offer something that's 30, potentially 30 plus grand more than the league, that's fire. That's fire. And then secondly, we always talk about it. And this is going to be a segment on our show called Athletes Are Also Underlined.
Yeah.
Okay? Athletes are also investors. Athletes are also, okay?
Creatives, because
Come
I
on.
just saw
Athletes are
Ryan,
also, come on.
and
You
I
just,
just saw Ryan Howard. I think she tweeted the other day because her PEs
right?
are out, and
Hmm.
she literally said, because I have a creative mind. I'm like, people realize, like, understanding, like, it's more than just I do more than just this, and
Right. Basketball is just what I do. It's not who I am.
hello,
Right?
that deserves a snap.
Like people gotta understand that. Like these athletes, we as athletes are multifaceted, multidisciplinary, multi everything people. Okay, there are y'all cannot put us in boxes because we defy the boxes. Okay, there's so much that we can do, and we are dedicated to showing y'all what that looks like because we see it more often than not now, especially since we've been into tech. Like athletes are in the tech industry heavy.
Shouts to Baron Davis. Yo, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
Come
Jewel
on.
Lloyd. Shouts
Come
to
on.
Jewel. It's a lot of
Shout
them.
outs to Apollonia. Shout outs to House of Hera,
Right.
athletics. Come
Right.
on, like
It's a
it's so
lot of them.
many different brands like leading the way and educating us on how you can capitalize on the technologies that are coming out, right? Like when we say we also have creative minds, right? Athletes are also artists, right? Like we see unprecedented what independent artists are doing. Like just look at what the Russell is doing. This guy done took the Nipsey model and just ran with it. Out here really creating his own market. Done created done created a stage in his house. Welcome to the pergola. Okay? You gotta make yourself hot, y'all. You gotta learn how to market yourself, and we're seeing it right now. Athletes, we're going to another level. Okay, we're going to another level. We shouldn't hear no more stories about 30 for 30 broke because we're having these conversations. We're open now. We should be knowing what we're doing with the money. There's a lot of resources out here. Earn your
Hmm.
leisure. Come on. They out here giving us free game for real. All you gotta do is listen, execute. Okay?
Yeah. So yeah, back to Unrivaled.
Yeah.
About this getting this equities, is really going to be important. Brianna Stewart wanted to make clear like this league isn't to like compete against the WNBA or Athletes Unlimited, um, but it's just here to give these women another opportunity to make money so they don't have to go overseas.
Right.
They want to stay home. Many of these women have families. Many of these women have kids. Many of these women just want to stay stateside. Obviously, Brittany can speak to that. Staying overseas could be rough. You get away from your family for months on end. You get homesick. And
Mm.
then obviously we know the Brittany Griner situation. And,
Ooh,
there's a lot of
factors that are being tossed up here.
where it just leads to you wanting to stay home. And so this is just another route or another opportunity or chance for these women to just stay home and make money and do what they, love to do. So,
Right. I
and I'm
love
sure it's going to continue to grow, obviously, starting with 30, and I'm pretty sure it's going to continue to grow.
absolutely. Like I'm obviously we spoke about like even the investor list.
The
So
investor list is crazy.
such a diverse list. Like we got Alex Morgan. She's a soccer player, y'all. Like
And she started this, like, tipped it off. Like,
right, right, right,
here's some bread, let's get it going.
right. And look at that, women supporting women. Like I've been seeing this narrative about like the women in WNBA don't support each other. Like the media, y'all gotta stop running with these
No.
false narratives, yo.
They
Like
the reason, I'm gonna shut up. But they the reason a lot of the mess with the Caitlyn, mess with the Angel.
it's a
Brittany and I've been watching this since college, and if you're not paying attention, you're gonna fall right into the trap. Like, that's beautiful marketing, by the way. Even though it's
ooh,
nasty work, the media does a great job. Does a great job in selling it. So if you're not paying attention, then you're gonna fall for the okie doke. But
facts, facts.
that's what they here to do, I guess.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's what they here to do. Wait, yeah. The investor list is out of control. We got Gino Oriema, we got Carmelo Anthony.
Gary V.
It's
A lot of people, okay, they invested into women's sports so we can get this popping. Y'all invest into women's sports, okay? Invest. Spend your dollars. Follow these women. Like follow the
for
pages. Follow us. Like
real.
matter of fact, that's a
Follow
segue.
9450.
Follow 21 titles. Let's go. Everything. Like y'all want to support, then follow the people who are reporting on the game and giving you great information. Follow us, 21 Titles. Follow our family, the 9450, on everything. Please. It is essential. This is how we gonna grow and how we gonna keep it a buck so that y'all can. We gonna keep it a bean with y'all, okay? Them other shows. I don't know. They be getting paid. They be getting sponsored. I don't know. It's biased. Okay, you get unbiased opinions over here, and that's all I got to say. I can't say for them other shows.
And there we go. So moving on. I mean, even though college hoops is not in play, we still talk about NIL and just everything that's happening in that arena. So if y'all don't know who Jaden Rashada is, we about to bring you up to speed. Now we've been covering Jaden Rashada for damn near 2 years now, for real, on our Sunday weekly recap show. So if y'all don't know who he is a football player who currently plays at Arizona State. But let me tell y'all how he even got to Arizona State. Well, let's start at a high level. Last week, Jaden Rashada was like, "Yo, I'm suing Florida University," which is crazy.
Mm.
Okay, I think that he's been nothing but super bold, and I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who is like in his ear, but if I had to guess, I think it's his parents. I think it's his family, and
Mm.
I'm gonna stick a pin in that, and we're gonna come back. But
Okay.
but so he's a football player, ranked like top ranked player in high school. He initially committed to Miami back in June 2022. Um, in the current lawsuit, um, they're saying that Rashada had a $9.5 million NIL promise with the Canes, with Miami. But Rashada decommitted from Miami in November, and then he flipped to Florida.
Right.
Um, and then he signed his national letter of intent in December. However, he ultimately didn't go to Florida because when he arrived in Florida, it was contingent. His commitment was contingent upon him signing a 4-year deal in the amount of $13.85 million as an NIL deal.
Mm-mm.
And when Brittany and I reported on this back in 2023, that sounded utterly ridiculous. At that time, we had not heard of any student athlete making $13 million in an NIL deal. And we used him as an example of just like shopping for schools not based off like ultimately your future, but for the bag. And so this is what we're seeing. So he didn't commit to Florida because the $13.85 million NIL deal fell through. And at the time, the Gator Collective, which was Florida's collective, which was an independent fundraising organization, was responsible for the deal. However, the financial backing did not materialize, and the Gator Collective terminated the contract. So at one point, we didn't know where Jaden Rashada was going after he decommitted from Florida. He
Right.
ultimately ended up at Arizona, but he was suffering from injuries this past year. So
Right.
now he's transferring again. He's transferring again to Georgia. So yeah, that's just to bring it up to speed. Now this past week, he sued Florida and the head coach for failing to give him his bread, the $13.85 million. He's saying like I was promised that. He's also saying that in the lawsuit that Napier, who's the head coach of Florida, promised his father personally a $1 million partial payment upon signing. That is why I think that his parents is in his ear because it's like, what?
Yeah.
It sounds like your dad. It sounds like the father is like, but son, they told me that I was owed this one mil.
Mm-mm.
So
Nasty word.
it's a lot going on, and this is going to be the fourth school that he's heading into in the fall or in the summer. And I'll say this, like Brittany and I love the fact that these student athletes now have autonomy. They get to make their own decisions. They get to move
Facts.
like professionals. But this is looking like a straight
Grab.
money grab.
Yeah,
Like
that's a fact.
you're beasting. Like you've been beasting
Mhm.
since you got into college. And this is ultimately, I think, going to affect your reputation. If you ultimately want to play professional, I don't know. I'd be a little nervous picking you up because you always you
You sending the wrong signals right
you
now.
looking for a bag everywhere. Why would I want you seem like a liability.
Right.
Why
Raped.
would I want you on it? It's crazy. So yeah, he entered the transfer. Like I say, he entered the transfer portal in April. He's gonna be at Georgia. He's gonna have all 4 years of eligibility remaining. Um,
Mm. Wow.
and I just wanted to hear your thoughts about like again, we've been covering Jaden Rashada for a year and a half, damn near 2 years.
He hasn't even played a collegiate game yet.
No, I think he has, but it hasn't not a full season because he got injured. So no, you're right.
This is unbelievable. And this is what we talk about. Like, yo, we all here for capitalizing on NIL and doing all that, but we also here for integrity. Like, it there's a certain way you go about this. And what we've been seeing in this ordeal, y'all been really it's been it's been
I'm
unsavory. It's been unsavory
That's
to
keeping it
watch.
cute. That's keeping it cute. Cause I'm like, this is crazy. Like somebody's definitely in your ear. You're not just saying, "Oh, I'm a." You're as a. I don't know how old this young man is now. He has to. He's no older than 20 years old.
Yeah.
I don't think you're thinking I'm gonna sue Florida
Nah,
and I'm gonna personally sue the head coach.
no, no.
Come on, like so. Again, I feel like we've been saying this for over a year and a half. We'll keep an eye out on Jaden Rashada. I'm interested to see how the lawsuit goes because if it it's I don't think there was a actual agreement. I don't think that he signed on allegedly. I don't think he signed on a dotted line. But just because you don't sign on a dotted line doesn't mean that there's no contract in place.
Right.
That's important to highlight. So he may have a valid claim, but I just think it looks like you chasing a bag and it looks a little nasty. And it just looks like it looks a little nasty. And so we'll keep y'all updated about that, but just wanted to highlight that in NIL news. Moving on, Caleb Love. Like Caleb Love, he actually attempted to get into the NBA draft. Played at North Carolina, then he transferred to Arizona. But now he's returning back to Arizona for another year, and he is going to be working with or in partnership with an Arizona focused NIL collective by the name of Arizona Assist, and he's going to be releasing his jersey because he's changing his jersey number from number 2 to number 1,
Mm.
and you can actually purchase his jersey on the collective's website, Arizona Assist. And he's already had big endorsements before this. He's had, especially because of March Madness, he was killing in March Madness.
Right.
He had landed deals with Ritz Crackers, Skims, Keurig. So just wanted to highlight that. Shouts to Caleb Love. Interested to see how he does coming back. Um, testing the NBA waters. And I guess he just opted for coming back. It just didn't work for him. And again, I love the fact that these athletes now have the ability to come back. Um, they're
Yeah.
not stuck. They are taking advantage of every opportunity and option made available. So, and Caleb's a killer. So he's probably gonna kill this season. And hopefully that increases his stock and he does well and he'll enter into the NBA draft again maybe next year.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you do. You test the waters, and if you feel like you still need to come back and develop, that's what you do. Like Shantae said, they are not getting penalized now. Like you have the ability to do so. And I just seen the same thing with one of the guys at Villanova, Eric Dixon. He tested the waters at the NBA, but he is returning back to Villanova this year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
He's
he's
good.
very good. This is gonna be a very good year for Villanova because they got Eric Dixon coming back.
Yeah,
Okay,
yo, he
like
was killing last year.
yeah,
Killing.
yes, and
I did not know that.
y'all already know Villanova be on the transfer portal heavy, so they. I'm sure that their lineup is gonna be looking right for next year. And like we said, like the transfer portal now, college got a free agency, y'all. The transfer portal done opened up Pandora's box. We
Now they
have
get an
a
extra year. We just reported
yeah,
that. Now, if y'all didn't know, the NCAA is now giving out another year for, I think, student athletes that missed or didn't play between the years of like 2019, 2021, or something like that.
yeah,
So
yeah. So you got another year to capitalize, y'all. Your life can
it's
really change in
crazy.
a year. Okay, if they really just stay focused, whoo, they can 1 year of eligibility left.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm taking advantage.
that's
Okay.
a fact.
So shout out to Caleb Love. He doing what he need to do. Would love to see him put up some big numbers this year at Arizona.
I'm
So
sure he is. I have no doubt that he
let's
gonna
get
do what
it.
he need to do.
Let's get it.
Moving on, the Pac-12. The Pac-12 wants everybody to know that it isn't dead yet. So on May 25th, the Pac-12 network staged its final live broadcast from Scottsdale for the Stanford v. Arizona Baseball Conference semifinal. The network still has its pulse for now, as it shows games and reruns for another month. But by July, there will be no more Pac-12 network, but it's going to transition into a new broadcast studio that may become integral to the conference's survival. So, starting
Okay.
next season, the conference, armed with a multi-million-dollar settlement agreement with parting members, will have just two schools, Oregon State and Washington State. Led by Commissioner Teresa Gold, the Pac-12 will continue to do business with just a fraction of its former staff. The network will transition into something called Pac-12 Enterprises, producing events for the two remaining schools and potentially non-conference clients out of its San Ramon, California production studio.
Look,
Thoughts on that?
Pac-12 was one of the best conferences this year on the women's basketball side. So like
Facts.
we were very sad to see it kind of be dismantled. So I
Because of
mean,
media rights deals. It's just
yeah,
that's
like
ultimately when it came down to media rights
that's
deals
whack.
not happening. But it came down to money. And
Right.
I'm interested to see what they do with this network now. Um,
It ain't gonna be
it's
the
a
same.
heck no, it's not gonna be the same. It says that um, let's see. Instead, it will be a production facility for Pac-12 events appearing on other networks. Like I said, like the home football games that will air on the CW and Olympic sports events. Um, the production facility plans to go beyond just the Pac-12. However, by serving as a for hire production facility for college and pro leagues nationwide. So, like, it seems like they're going to be like leasing out that space for
Mm.
other people to use it. Some of the departing Pac-12 members have expressed interest. Um, we'll have to see. But yeah, the Pac-12 just wanted y'all to know it's transitioning and that it's not going nowhere, even though it has went somewhere. So yeah, we'll see how that production studio goes.
Alrighty then. It ain't the same.
Um, we moving on to tech. So tech news. AI opens up the field for filmmakers, AIFA awards founders. First of all, Claire was mentioned in this. Claire McGuire was mentioned in this article, Brittany.
Oh,
and
really?
she was. And so Claire McGuire is. I mean, I personally have not met Claire in the flesh. When Brittany and I was heavy into NFTs and blockchain technology and just art, NFT art,
Mm-hmm.
Claire McGuire was and obviously still remains like a major name in that space. And
Yeah.
um she seemed to be very active in pushing a lot of digital art at the time and supporting digital art at the time. And it
Facts.
seems like all of her works, I mean, they highlighted her in this article. And basically AI filmmakers, they gathered at NFC Lisbon for the AI Film Academy's inaugural
Mm.
AIF Awards this week, recognizing the extraordinary diversity of stories and the radically new visual language of AI. So basically, they're out here saying like, yo, you can still be creative and use AI. Like there's positives to using AI. AI can be beneficial to, for example, stay-at-home moms that don't have the equipment to make all of the things, but they want to create a movie, they want to create a show. AI could, make it easy for.
Right, right, right.
And they brought up Claire because I think that she's a co-founder of the AI Film Academy.
Look, Claire is she's a low key a VC. Claire low key is a VC in the
Shouts to
Web3
Claire.
world. Shouts to Claire McGuire. You know what? Claire is actually the first person that was in the room with us with Bernard. You remember?
Okay, yes, I do.
Yeah,
On
on Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. That seems not long ago. That's what's crazy. Like it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
But
No,
yo,
that's
in another
this.
life, we've lived many lives. Let me tell you, Brittany and I have lived many lives. But we really, what's crazy? Like we really are the epitome of like what we talk about every week on the
Right.
9450 and on here. Like we are that. Like
This is a
we're
fact.
that. And that's why this works, because it's like we were athletes and now we're entrepreneurs, we are business owners, we are professionals, but we also love art.
Right.
And we did stuff with art, like
Right.
we
And digital art at that.
digital art, work with the best of the best
Don't even
that
know.
y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. And like expanding our brain times 1,000. And then that's why we able to talk about like the Baron Davises and the Serena Williams and all of these people that shouts to Clubhouse. We were introduced to these people because of Clubhouse.
Yeah,
Um and then merging basketball with tech. And we started seeing more like the Bitcoin class. We started seeing stuff grow because of the rooms we had on Clubhouse, the conversations we were having on Twitter
absolutely.
Spaces. So we are what we talk about. Literally, we are what we talk about. We've invested in a lot of different things. We've so
That's a fact.
it's
Y'all know how many NFT artists we invested in, and
you know what I'm saying? And dope artists, super
right,
creative, super dope artists that
right,
also hooped at one point. We're into basketball
right.
still at some point. So like again, just the intersection of basketball, business, creativity. That's what we embody, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what we talk about. So like to
Fact.
see somebody that the name, to see Claire's name in this article, I think is full circle, and it seems like she's still doing great work. Again, she's the co-founder of the AI Film Academy, and
That's fire.
she's calling it a global institution for the future of film. And she said that we essentially wanted to deliver a message to show how much potential there is in this new technology so that we can help to stop the fear and support and encourage positive adoption. Because AI gets a really bad rep,
Hmm.
with people infringing on other people's work. We saw Drake using Tupac's voice. It's it's muddy waters right now, but
Right.
there are positive. There's positive parts to it, and that's essentially what she's pushing. So, shouts to Claire. This is dope to see.
Right.
Keeping my eye on AI Film Academy. I wasn't introduced to that till I read that article.
Mhm.
Um, but open your minds, y'all. Y'all gotta expand. Y'all gotta expand y'all minds because there's so many dope things happening.
Right. Right. Why y'all think we talk about blockchain? This is how we met Claire. Like blockchain technology and all of this other stuff that we've been talking about. NBA Top Shot when we was heavy into
Yo,
that.
I
Like
forgot about NBA
we
Top
was
Shot.
into a
And I think they
lot of
got WNBA packs now.
yeah.
Yo, so it's like, yo,
It's
we've
all
seen the
coming back.
beginning of a lot of things. Like, we saw the beginning. We've lived many lives, Brittany.
In the past couple of years,
And
yo,
only three.
yeah,
Truth be told, 3 or 4.
yeah,
We've lived many lives. And it's like, we've seen a lot of things just grow. And like a lot of people like did not want to hear like sports having a spot in technology.
right.
I want to say that
Mm-hmm.
that fell
Right.
on deaf ears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we were telling everybody, we were like, yo, this is gonna cross over crazy when the sports market gets a hold of everything that's going on. Because we only seen it with NBA Top Shot, really.
That was
Like
it.
with sports, and that's it. And we're like, yo, when this gets into the women's sports, when this gets into like there hasn't even been real penetration
It
for
hasn't, but shouts to K Dot because I can't think of the woman, the young woman he interviewed maybe about a month or two ago, but she had a digital fashion show.
facts.
She had
Facts.
a
It was,
digital
I believe it was Charlotte Smith.
Shouts to
Charlotte
Charlotte
Smith.
Smith because that is what we're talking about. The
Right.
crossover between sports and tech and
That's a
finding
fact.
new ways to connect your audience.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Yeah.
that is. And so hearing that was also a full circle moment. Shouts to K Dot and
Mm-hmm.
shouts to Charlotte for even like like wanting to see what this looks like. Giving, so
Nah, facts.
that was
Facts.
fire. But like, yes, like shouts to Claire. And that's what we have for tech news.
Yeah, and
Um,
I mean this kind of rolls into what we continue to talk about. Like athletes are also investors. Like during the pandemic got really heavy into understanding markets and understanding why investing was so important. And just to keep y'all abreast, like some historic stock splits are gonna be happening this month. So kind of really just wanted to keep y'all in the know about that. Okay. First and foremost, this is why I love my Trapper flashcards. Shout out to Wall Street Trapper. Okay. What is a
facts.
stock split, y'all may ask? Okay, I got my Trapper Wall Street
Ooh,
flashcards right here.
I love it.
Okay. A stock split is when a company decides to multiply its shares without boosting the actual value of the shares. Okay. Simply put, with a 2-to-1 stock split, every one share held by an investor, he or she now has 2 shares. Okay. But the 2 shares still have the same value as it did when the investor had one. Okay. So you're getting more shares, but the shares have the same value. Okay. So let's move forward. NVIDIA. Not sure if y'all know, but the semiconductors,
I
the
need,
AI,
I need, I,
the chips, the chip stocks. Okay, so the top chip stocks we're going to talk about NVIDIA. You got NVIDIA, AMD,
mm-hmm.
TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors. Like these are all the top, but NVIDIA is the top one,
And
number one.
I need
Right.
Nvidia.
Okay. They will be doing a 10-to-1 stock split. Okay. The stock split is scheduled to take place after the market close on Friday, June 7th. As a result of this split, Shareholders of record as of June 6, 2024, next week, will receive 9 additional shares of stock for each share they own after the market close. The stock is expected to begin trading on a split adjusted basis on June 10th. Okay? Since its announcement on May 22nd, shares have climbed more than 14%, and the stock has already gained 117% so far this year. That clearly indicates that investor interest remains strong, likely fueled by NVIDIA's strong ties to artificial intelligence. If y'all been listening to us on this show, we've been talking about artificial intelligence for the past 2 years. Okay. And let me just say this is not financial advice, but in my experience as an investor in NVIDIA, the last time they did a split was in 2021. Okay. It was $88 a share after that split.
I'm tight.
Okay. $88 a share. What is the price right now? So that was in 2021. We are now in 2024. It's been 3 years. 3 years. Okay. Where are we at right now? Where are we at? It is sitting at $1,096.33 for one share. Okay. That one share will turn into 10 after June 7th if you own one share. Okay. This is how they create wealth. The next stock split, Chipotle. If y'all didn't know, Chipotle is going to be making a historic stock split. This is essentially going to be the largest stock split in the history of the New York Stock Exchange. Okay? 50-1. Chipotle announced in March that its board approved a proposal for a 50-1 stock split. Okay? And one of the reasons why they say they're going to be doing such a historic stock split is because they want to make the stock more accessible to its employees and a wider range of investors. Okay? If this is approved by shareholders at the company's annual meeting on June 6th, Chipotle shareholders will gain 49 additional shares for each share they own on the record date. The record date really signifies the date that you have to have the stock in your portfolio to meet the criteria to get the stock split. Okay. So as long as you have a share of Chipotle by June 18th, you're eligible for that stock split that's going to happen on the 25th if the board approves it on the 6th. Okay. I don't know what to tell y'all. This is historic. You have to be in the game to play the game. Okay. And we always talk about investing over here. This is it. This is it. Invest, y'all. If you can get in, get in. Not financial advice, but in my opinion, because NVIDIA is in my portfolio. Okay. I just want to
Yeah, I'm
let that
tight. Yeah, video.
it's in my
I was
portfolio.
talking to Brittany Johnson about that too.
Yeah. It's not going anywhere. And
Nah,
the
it's not.
reports I'm reading, so if y'all read reports too, like I'm always on Webull. And if y'all don't know what Webull is, y'all looking at Webull when y'all watch the games because the Liberty play with
Yes.
the Weebulls right on their
Sponsor.
jersey. It's their sponsor. You see it
It's
right
the
there.
sponsor of the WNBA.
Right. Webull. That's my go-to. Okay. So just keeping y'all investing ears up.
Thank you
NVIDIA
so much,
10 to
Brittany.
1, Chipotle 50-1.
50-1 is crazy.
Yeah,
Well, thank you, Brittany, for that.
absolutely.
And last but not least, we talked about this on our pod this week with the 9450. Alexis Morris, she's gonna be the first lady to sign with And One. Um, And One is a global staple
Right.
in street basketball, and we've never seen a female ambassador for them. So this is major. The N1 team was talking about they was impressed by Alexis Moore's story. They think that she's a good fit. Um, we just talked about how Dick's Sporting Goods is partnering with the WNBA to release a girl focused um, clothing line or athletic line
Mm-hmm.
centered around the 12 teams of the WNBA. We've never, honestly speaking, we've never seen another company do something like that. Um,
Right.
and so to see N1, who's always been a male dominated brand, step out and grab Alexis Morris, and that just means that obviously the game is growing. The fact that these male dominated spaces and brands are now considering women and
Right.
their female audience, I mean, that's a tall tale sign that we're growing. It's
Mm-hmm.
growing. The eyes are get more eyes are on the game, and yeah, I'm just interested to see what Alexis Morris does and what may come about with her being an ambassador, the first female ambassador.
Nah, that's fire. We grew up going to the N1 drops, waiting at Models, waiting for the shirts. And
Still
that's
got VHSs.
right. And that's crazy because none of this stuff was focused on us. Like, none of it was to market to us, but we still enjoyed and loved it anyway. So for Dick's Sporting Goods to hop on and see and be visionaries and see like there's really not any youth focused apparel for girls that is sports related, really. No sports apparel for the young ladies. So this is right on par. Like, it's needed. They're creating a market for it, and I think that this is pretty fire. I can't wait to see like what the designs and all that stuff looks like when it actually does drop. But yeah, I'm excited. We need more than Dick's Sporting Goods to kind of do this, right? Like, I would love to see like Player Society have like a youth sports line because she's doing amazing work with the WNBA and her apparel line. It's going crazy over there. I gotta get a shirt or a sweater
Facts.
soon. But yeah, we need more brands to kind of to go in and you know put a light on women's sports, women's basketball, women's hockey, all of that stuff that's going
Hmm.
on. Volleyball, everything. It's women's sports is hot right now. We are bubbling, and it's about time.
Yeah, it's timely. So we'll see
I
what
know,
Alexis
Lexus.
Morris does.
Yeah, come on, Lexus. What you gonna be doing? Designing shoes? Like, what are her roles and responsibilities? They say obviously she's gonna be the first lady, but what does that mean?
They just said she's going to be doing a lot of community work, and outreach and just inspiring the youth. So it's kind of blanket answers right now. I'm not too sure specifically what she'll be doing, but
Right.
we'll have to see. I mean, I'm not super familiar with what Amwin's been doing in currently. Um, but you made mention of the fact that there's some individuals that we know that's releasing a sneaker or things of that nature. So I
Hmm.
think maybe they're revamping. Um,
Right.
so we'll see. They need to bring back they need to bring back the shirts.
Facts.
Yo,
Facts.
used to be yo. We used
Beast.
to be lined up for them shirts
Beasting.
just to see what new quote was in the back of it.
Right. Yeah. It was that serious.
No, it was that serious. It's like, yo, I got the new N1 shirt.
It's fire.
Yeah,
It was drops. They was doing drops back then with the VHS
with the
tape.
VHS in the bag
Yeah. That is the crazy marketing that because we went home and watched it immediately and
and
was
would play it over
over
and
and
over,
over.
over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's crazy.
Mhm.
That was such a time.
It was a nostalgic time.
We
Okay.
aging ourselves.
We are, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Make sure all of y'all, we appreciate. We got 54 people in the live chat right now. Like, yo, we appreciate y'all. If
Thank you
y'all
for
would just
tapping in.
do us a favor and follow us, especially now you're on Twitter, hitting that follow button really helps us. It steers the algorithm in the right direction. Okay, so please make sure you following us on all social media platforms. 21 titles. It's simple. 21 titles. Okay. And that is the wrap up for today's weekly recap. Thank you.
Thank y'all for tapping in with us. Follow us. Follow the 9450. Um, yeah,
That's a fact.
follow the team, please. Follow
Yes.
everybody.
Follow the team. Daniel Artest, K Dot, Lauren Lolo. No, no, no. It's not Lolo back. It's Lolivia Pope now. Okay. We gotta keep it like that. Okay. Lolo Pope now, okay.
Yep.
But follow our people. We do a WNBA weekly recap. Every week they do Lolo, DA, K Dot Mondays, I believe, and
Yeah.
Sundays.
Yep.
Sundays and Mondays, and then every week we have a Beyond the 9450 episode dropping on Fridays every week moving forward. Okay,
Yep.
so we appreciate y'all. Follow, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace, y'all.